Eufy has just released 2 new indoor cameras. Today we're going to be looking at the pan and tilt camera, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Eufy's new indoor cameras. Now, I just have the pan and tilt one here, but if we take a look at the Eufy website, comparing both of the indoor cameras, they pretty much have the exact same specs and features other than the pan and tilt feature that this camera has. So in this video, I'm just going to be covering the major features, showing you guys some demos of the camera, and then giving you my thoughts and my experiences at the end. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like that one. With that said, let's get started. Now, taking a look at the box, we see that this camera shoots in 2K resolution and has on-device AI, which is going to be much faster than other companies where they store it in the cloud and then have to bring it back down for you to get notifications. Some other highlights with this camera is that not only does it detect humans, but it detects pets. We've also got the ability for 24/7 recording, and it works with voice assistants like Google, Amazon, and it incorporates with HomeKit. Since this is Eufy's first pan and tilt camera, I'm really curious to see how well they have done with that feature. So we're going to be testing that one out. I also want to check out the 24/7 recording. So we're going to be putting an SD card into the camera, and I will be showing you guys what that feature looks like. With that said, let's take a look at what comes in the box. All right, so here's everything that comes in the box. We've got the camera itself. So this is the pan and tilt camera. On the back here, we have got the power port and the setup port. And then if we look at the bottom, this is where we can screw in the plate here. So we've got a plate that you can screw in if you do want to mount this up. There is also a sticker here. So if you can see the details in this sticker, if you put that sticker up, it'll tell you where you need to drill the holes. Taking a look, we've also got the bag of screws and anchors right here. We've got a quick start guide. We've got the power adapter and then also the power cable. Setting up this camera is really easy to do. You're just going to open up the app and click on Add New Device. Select the camera that you want to add, and then you're just going to follow the on-screen instructions. It's very simple to do, especially with a camera like this, because essentially you're just plugging it in, connecting it to your Wi-Fi, and it's done. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get an SD card installed on here so we can start recording 24/7. Now there are 2 ways that you can access the SD card slot. With it unplugged, you can either manually push the camera all the way up. That is going to reveal the SD card slot. Or if you have it plugged in, you can go into the app, turn the camera off. And when you turn the camera off, it is going to tilt the camera all the way up so that way the camera itself is hidden on the top just to give you extra privacy, and it's going to also give you access to the SD card. All right, so now that we have the camera set up, I want to show you guys in the app some of the things that this camera can do. So I'm going to click on the play button to launch the live view of this camera. You can see the dial right here in the middle, and this is going to be for you to be able to pan and tilt the camera right here. So you can go in all different directions. And if you notice that it says live right underneath the picture, and that's the live view, we can also click on playback. So this is going to be for all of the 24/7 live recordings that have been happening. Now, one thing that I was really hoping to see with this camera is a feature that is with Nest and Ring, which is allowing you to scrub through footage. So if you notice here, I'm kind of going back and forth. It's not scrubbing through the footage up above. If I let go, it'll go to where the clip has landed, but it's not going to scrub through it, so you can actually kind of find where you need to go. Another thing on the app here is that you can zoom in. So I can zoom in if I really want to refine my search, or you can zoom out here, and that's going to allow you to kind of go through things a lot quicker. So let's go back up to live view. At the very bottom here, we see all the standard settings. We've got record, snapshot, speak, so you can talk to somebody, 360, but you can also slide that up and it's going to give you even more shortcuts here. So you can either go to event history, auto night vision, sound the alarm that's on there, turn on the tracking, or you can calibrate the tracking through there. Now let's go ahead and click on the gear up in the top corner. I'm going to quickly go through a couple of the settings here. So you notice the first setting here is the camera on off feature. As I mentioned before, if you do turn the camera off from this location here, it's going to allow you access to the SD card. The next feature here that I want to show you is pet commands. So this is a cool feature if you're going to be using this to monitor your pets when you're not home. So you can set up activity zones. So say if your pet goes into a certain area or maybe jumps on the couch, you can have it play these auto responses. So you can set up an auto response. So instead of you're at work and you see your dog on the couch and you don't want to be yelling into your phone, get off the couch, you can pre-record yourself saying, get off the couch. And then that will play anytime the pet goes into a certain area or detection zone. Or if you're just looking at the footage and want to play that, you can do that from this section right here. So I thought that was a cool feature. The last thing that I wanted to show you in the app is the storage settings. So there are 3 ways that you can store footage from this. You can either do the SD card, which I have installed. You can set up cloud storage. So cloud storage, you get 30 days free when you initially set this up. After that, you're going to have to pay monthly if you want the cloud storage. The cloud storage prices are going to be $3 a month or $30 a year for one device, or for covering all of your devices, it'll be $10 a month or $100 a year to just cover all of your devices. And then the third and final option for storage is if you want to sync this up with the NAS to record locally to a network storage that you might have. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the settings in the app, let me show you guys some demos of what this camera can do. All right, so we are testing out the Eufy indoor pan and tilt camera. This is shooting in 2K quality. I'm going to give you guys an idea of what it looks and sounds like. I'm about 6 feet away right now. I'm going to jump all the way back. I am now all the way at 15 feet right now. But this is what it looks and sounds like with the Eufy Indoor 2K camera. One thing to note too is that after 30 seconds of it not detecting motion, it will return back to center. So it'll go back to where you have the camera pointing. With that said, let's take a look at some more demo shots. Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Is your bow falling out? You put it back in? No. Neat.
Have this one.
Yeah.
Have this one.
Say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
Oh, look, the kitty cat.
And sweet.
All right, so now we're testing out the night vision. So this is what it looks like with the night vision on. I can pretty much see nothing in here because it is completely dark, but I wanted to show you guys what night vision looked like. I'll walk all the way back here. So now you can see what it looks like. I went all the way back about 30 feet or so, and that is what the night vision looks like on the Eufy indoor camera. Now, testing out this camera, it was working great. I love the quality that this camera is producing. The audio is amazing, like all Eufy products. It really picks up audio really well. But once I turned on the pan and tilt feature is where I was starting to run into a few problems. Now, as I mentioned before, this is their first time with a pan and tilt camera. So I know we're in the early stages of them working out all the kinks on this thing. And the good thing about Eufy is that they're really good at updating their stuff and fixing things pretty quickly. But with my test with this feature, I was having some issues with the camera locking on to other objects. And the biggest one for me was the ceiling fan. Even though I had it to only detect people or pets and not all motion, it was still locking onto the ceiling fan. So if I'd walk up to the camera where it would pan up to see my face, and then I would walk away, it would stay locked onto the ceiling fan. And I would have to manually go into the app and bring it down to start getting a view of everything else. So that was the first problem I was having. The next problem I was having with the pan and tilt is that it kind of sporadically would just start jumping around and start looking all over the place. Even though I was the only one in the shot, or it was me and one of the kids that were close together, all of a sudden the camera would just start looking all over the place. So that was a little problem that we were having with the pan and tilt feature also. Now initially when I set up the camera, which is directly under the TV, I didn't want it to get a bunch of the counter space, so I moved it all the way out to the edge of the counter, which was about a foot in front of the TV. A problem that I found is that the camera would kind of start going sideways to look to the side, but then it would catch the TV and it would just turn and start watching the TV. So, I mean, obviously the camera likes watching Star Wars as much as I do, but that was another problem that I have. It would lock onto the TV and then it would be facing in the opposite direction and not pick up any more motion. Now, I did bring my experience up with Eufy, and so they're going to be actually taking a look at it. They did say with the TV that it would be best to probably put the camera directly under the TV if possible, which it is for me because it will pick up motions from the TV. But as far as the sporadic looking around, they're going to be actually working on that and getting a fix that will hopefully be ready by the time the camera is released out to you guys. But from spending time with this camera right here, I really enjoy it. It's been a fantastic camera. I love the Eufy products. Whether you go with the pan and tilt camera or just the regular indoor camera, you're gonna have a great experience with either one of them. So from the demos that you guys saw, what do you think about the camera? Is this something that you're gonna be picking up, or are there other options out there that you guys like? Let me know in the comments below. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next video.